Sadness rocks another Clarendon community after two individuals said to be best friends were both taken out in a gun attack. Hi again and welcome. This is Mur3d TV. Let's talk, and we're about to discuss this on the program. If it's the first time you're watching, please remember just to like, share, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell and click on all so you're always in tune every time we post new videos. We'll be right back after the break with the details to come. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Mur3d TV. Let's talk. While growing up, I've often heard the term being used to describe Maypen, and it says, Maypen is no playpen. I guess this needs to be stretched throughout the entire parish of Clarendon, which should state, Clarendon is no playpen. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, and the information arm of the Constabulary Communications Unit, the CCU, has confirmed a shooting incident in which two individuals succumbed to their injuries in Lionel Town area of Clarendon on Tuesday. What really shocked me about this story was that the actual shooter was a passenger in a taxi that reportedly fired several shots, hitting two individuals that were inside the taxi. The two individuals that succumbed to their injuries were said to be best friends. Now, this falls on the heels of another double murder that took place just a few days ago, and the entire community right now remains very tense and tight-lipped based on this recent development. So the two victims were reportedly childhood friends, and it's still unclear why someone would want to do such a thing to them after the two were reportedly past students that attended the very technical high school. Now, as the police investigates this one, it has sent shockwave throughout the entire community where these individuals hails from. And I can just imagine what their families are going through at this difficult time to cope with such a tragic loss. Not one, but two individuals said to be best friends from school days. Many people have been speculating whether or not one of the individuals was actually the intended target, while the other might have just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. But as the police carried out their investigation, they are not ruling out any motive right now, and has so far not established a concise motive behind this latest homicide in Clarendon. So, the second double murder in Clarendon within 5 days has sent shockwave throughout the entire Hayes and Richmond communities as news spread of the killing of these two males said to be best friends on Tuesday night. So the bodies of 30-year-old Kurt Taylor, a taxi operator, and his best friend, 28-year-old O'Dane Brown, who was employed to Jamaica, were found slumped over in a white Toyota Probox at the intersection of Portland Cottage and Rocky Point on Tuesday night. Both had what appears to be gunshot wound to their head. So the police are speculating that these individuals were shot by someone posing to be a passenger inside the vehicle. It's unclear where inside the vehicle this individual was sitting at the time of the shooting. However, based on our own analysis of the situation, we are making the assumption that the shooter might have been seated inside the back of the taxi while the both friends were seated at the front. So according to police report, the incident happened sometime about 6 p.m. It's worrying to the parish as it's becoming more and more of a trend for murders to occur during this time, especially even the middle of the day. This is the third double murder in the parish within a month and the second within a week. That is very shocking as well. So the superintendent in charge of operations, Christopher Phillips, told reporters that an investigation has commenced into the killing, but the people are tight-lipped about the incident. But you can't blame the people right now to be tight-lipped based on what happened here, because this incident is coming from somewhere. And most of the time we see situations such as these happening. Sometimes it don't have to be the actual individuals that are involved in something, because we've seen this playing out on more than one instance. You can't catch Harry, you catch him short. So, might this be one of those scenarios being played out here? It's still not very clear. But the community right now where these two individuals hail from describe them as humble youths, but it's still shocking to many as to why someone would want to let their life into such a gruesome end, and the police are so far not ruling out any specific motive right now behind this latest incident in Clarendon. Clarendon has been a place that has been prone to violence for the past few years, and we've seen a number of individuals who are listed as top wanted men in these areas being taken out by the local security forces. But with this said, this individual, they were actually on their way home at the time when this unfortunate circumstance occurred. And it's not sure where the individual inside the taxi was picked up, but he had his mission and he executed it. And he executed it to the best of his ability as these two individuals' lives were snuffed out. Very sad situation. I can just imagine right now how the community where they hail from might be feeling at this time. But as I said before, most of these killings that we're seeing happening in our country, they're stemming from somewhere. That doesn't mean it's justified for them to be doing it. However, most of the time these are coming from somewhere, and it's so unpredictable at times that you might be just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you can be caught in a dilemma such as this where your life is taken because you're in the company of someone that someone is after. I'm not saying that this was the case in this incident, but we have seen how situations such as these have occurred before, and people were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they also were caught in the scenario that unfolded. But it's very sad to see what happened to these two young individuals. One was said to be an employee of Jamalco, and one was said to be actually the taxi driver at the time. We are not sure whether the vehicle came to a halt before the shots were fired, but the police are still carrying out the investigation in order to provide us with that details. And once that details come to us, we're sure to update you, the public, in relation to that. But the police are assessing the situation and are trying to put measures in place to see how best they can curb this rising crime problem, especially in the Clarendon Police Division. The superintendent of police in charge of operations, Mr. Christopher Phillips, stated that the police are carrying out an intensive investigation in order to ascertain what might be behind this latest homicide in the Clarendon division. The police stated that they have detailed assessment of what is happening in the parish, and that the Clarendon have an issue as it relates to gun-related crimes, as this is being used to resolve many conflicts within the parish. The police have stated that we are going to double our efforts and see how best they can in order to solve the growing problem of crime in the area. But as it relates to this incident, the police have so far theorized that based on their personal investigation, it seems as if there was a third individual traveling inside this motor car, and based on the spent shell casings that were found on the scene. So the police are appealing to residents and law-abiding citizens who have information about this latest homicide in the Clarendon division to just provide the police with this relevant information, as the police believe that the residents can assist them in solving this latest homicide in the Clarendon area. So the 30-year-old individual, Kurt Taylor, was actually the taxi driver, and the 28-year-old one that was taken out as well was said to be a best friend of Mr. Taylor, who goes by the name O'Dane Brown, and he was actually an employee of Jamal Backside Company. But what transpired here is still very sad, and it's yet another unfortunate circumstance that we have to report on. And this killing and the crime is just going out of hand when we look on the amount of people that have lost their lives so far since the start of the year due to crime and violence. It's very shocking, and it's very alarming to see how our little land of Jamaica is becoming like a war zone right now. But we'll continue to just chat this story and provide you with the latest report in relation to this matter, plus many more other things to report on. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Peace out, and much respect goes out to you, the viewers, for always supporting the movement of Links TV.